let's see what we've got here. Theme from the quadratic equation. X is the mechanism. We round up for replayability. Carry the one. Oh, hello there. My name is Chris, and here at the heart of the game, we have been using cutting-edge techniques and technology to bring the hottest games in front of you for your consideration. Techniques like thinking, looking, writing, mathing, and most importantly, thinking. And after weeks of calculizing and alchemy, the staff here at the heart of the game have built a machine to help fill the game-shaped hole in your heart. Let science commence! Heavens to Betsy! It's Farkle! But not just any Farkle. The game you need is a bit spicier. That's right, folks. You heard it here first. The game you need at this moment in time is none other than Spicy Farkel. Now, in case you're uninitiated, the word Farkle has a long and storied history. Let's see here. Its most current usage describes a motorcycle accessory that combines function and sparkle, or Farkle. It stands for fancy accessory, really cool, likely expensive. In the 90s, it was referred to in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon as the process of playing rock, paper, scissors for a best out of 3 match. Oh, in the 80s, it described a red-headed person with freckles and pale skin. For example, Conan O'Brien, hilarious Farkle. And in the 70s, it described what happened when a clown gets diarrhea. And back through time, the history of Farkle goes all the way back to the original Egyptian hieroglyph, which simply meant you're a failure. The game of Farkle sticks to its Egyptian roots. It tempts and teases you toward triumphant victory until it rips out the rug from under you, revealing how cruel a mistress Risk truly is. It's fun for the whole family. And here's how the game works. You and your game group will be rolling die, racing to a score of 25,000 points, or whatever number your game group wants. On your turn, you roll all 6 die, looking for a 1 or a 5. If you roll either of those, congratulations, you've begun racking up a score. Now, you have a decision to make. You can keep the score you've earned so far. You won't. Or you can push your luck, keep 1 die from the roll, and re-roll all the rest in order to keep your family and friends under your Machiavellian thumb. So, roll away. What's the worst that could happen? Except looking like a fool. Because if you don't roll a 1 or a 5, you lose everything you've gained up to that point in that roll. You Farkle, bringing sadness into your heart and shame into your household. But fear not, there are other ways to score other than 1s and 5s. 3 of any one number will score you points as long as they're rolled all at once. 4, 5, and 6s of a kind score, as well as a 1 through 6 straight, 3 pairs, 2 triplets, and 4 of a kind plus a pair. Again, only if these are rolled at the same time. And as an encouragement to push the envelope, do it. Thank you. The game uses this awesome rule that if you can use all 6 die through any variety of scoring combinations in 1s and 5s, you can pick all the die up, roll them again, and keep piling those points on like sweet, greedy layers on your self-indulgent cake. Rolling the dice, pushing your luck, and racking up the score. That's Farkle in a nutshell. But I've only explained the rules for original Farkle. And again, the game you need is
a bit spicier.
What, you may ask, is the difference from original Farkle and this saucy version? Well, the designers thought you might ask that and put the difference right here on the side of the cup. This version features spicy dice. On each one of these die, one side is colored in with red, the universal color of spiciness. If a spicy die is rolled during your turn and you can use it within a combination of dice, it acts as a multiplier for your score. One spicy die multiplies your score by 2, 2 spicy die multiplies your score by 3, and on and on and on. And if you happen to roll all 6 die on their spicy side all at once, you instantly win the game. That's lunacy. Wonderful, perfect lunacy. Let's do a couple quick examples. Let's say you roll this. Lucky you. The handy scoring combinations chart says this roll is worth 1,100 points. Unfortunately, since this red 4 can't be used in the mix, it doesn't multiply your score. Sad. Next turn, let's say this is your roll. Lucky you. The handy scoring combinations chart says that this roll is worth 2,500 points, but you've gotten even luckier, you rapscallion. Since you can include both the red 2 and the red 3 dice, your score is multiplied by 3, netting you a cool 7,500 points. Good job lucking. And that, my friends, is the game in its entirety. Which brings us to the why. Why is this the game you need right now? And that depends on when your right now is. You see, this video was created in 2024, which means in the last 4 years, we've had to survive 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023. And now if you're watching this in the far-flung future, you may be unaware that the early 2020s brought about fear and trauma, isolation, and grief, sickness, and division. Our brains have been on overdrive for multiple years. We've had to strategize and think and problem solve in ways that we were never prepared to do, and then scrap those plans at a moment's notice if someone got sick. And finally now, in 2024, being around those we love is becoming comfortable again. And I don't know if you're like me. I'm a person that loves tabletop games, especially ones with a really good tactical element. Games that challenge you. Games that stretch your thinking. They give you a board and a hand of cards and ask the question, what can you do with this? But when I finally got to be around my family again, I looked at these games and realized life had been challenging us in that exact way. And we needed a break from it. We needed to enjoy each other's company again without lengthy rules, explanations, or heavy problem solving. So we rolled dice, and we cheered for an impossible roll, and we laughed when someone immediately farkled, and we learned more about each other. Like how even the most non-superstitious people will eventually begin rolling their own unique way because somehow it's better than everybody else's, which I find hysterical. Let me give you some examples of the rolling styles I've seen. The intensifier. Rolling the die 1 by 1 by 1 is a great way to heighten the anticipation around the table and is most often used by the deranged. The fire starter. A perfect roll for this spicy version. Get those dice hot, set them free. The cheerleader. A little rah-rah to the left, a little rah-rah to the right. Release them low and raise those hands. A timeless classic. The crumbler. In this style, the player aggressively rubs the dice against each other and then lays them gently down on the table. A favorite of my wonderful wife. This type of roll is famous for accomplishing absolutely nothing. The Scrambler, a roll made famous by my father-in-law and one of my personal favorites to see. The Scrambler begins with the die being sifted from one hand to the other hand at least 5 or 6 times with a glazed determination in the eye. Then the dice are released in a screwball arm motion like unwanted cube children and are inevitably splayed all over the table and to the floor. To my sheer delight and my mother-in-law's utter dismay. It's just great. And then there's my roll of choice, the all elite, scientifically proven to produce the best results. Watch closely. The die are shaken strongly but not uncontrolled at sternum level for exactly 20 shakes. The hand holding the dice is flip palm down, bring back the wrist, flick release. Poetry in motion. It's not good. It's not good at all. You see, our right now followed a back then that was full of forced strategizing and social distancing. So we finally got to come together. Spicy Farkel allowed us to have fun while also being fully present with each other. So is Spicy Farkle the game for you? Not necessarily, but if tabletop gaming is something you enjoy, something your family or your friends value, I implore you, have your own Spicy Farkle. A game that's low on rules, high on excitement, facilitating enjoyment without getting in the way of connection. I mean, isn't that the game we all need sometimes? I know I do. Thank you so much for watching this episode of The Heart of the Game. Until next time, I'm Deepak Chopra. Thank you. Or you can push your luck. Keep one from the rolled die and then do some other stuff like this. No! It was lucky you. The handy scoring chombity is a chombity. Good job lucking.
Okay, that's a great.
That's uncomfortable.